reason to go at each other, because Kanada's a bit more of a determined hero. He's a bit of a reluctant one, but when he gets into the action, he becomes a determined lad. And yeah, I mean, like, it's a bit bizarre that he gets thrown into all this crap by pure accident, and but in the end he realizes the situation at hand, and it grows on him, and he becomes more of a determined character. And that's what I call good character development. But mainly, the reasons how he got thrown into them is a bit silly. Mainly because he was just chasing this girl that he fancied, who apparently turned out to be part of a terrorist group. And in the book, apparently the book was big enough to have all these characters fleshed out. And in the film, it doesn't have enough time, but it leaves enough character development. But it has plenty for the main characters, and they leave plenty, and they don't go any further than that. So yeah, I thought the characters were good, and then the main villain and character, they were cool. They were really well done. What else did I like? I also liked the Colonel. Now, anyone who's seen this film knows how badass this Colonel is. I mean, he's like cliched awesome, like this, like hair, like tough guy skinhead haircut, big gruff with a mustache, and has the deep voice, and he's just a Colonel. He has all the reasons to. He has so many cliches behind him, and he still turns out to be such a well-written and believable character. Well, at least in the comic books he was. I didn't really pay attention to most of the stuff that happened to him in the film, but that doesn't mean he's not badass. He's still badass. I mean, the transition is pretty much the same. And that's all I got to say about the characters. The other stuff I found kind of annoying. Things I really liked was, what was it? Oh god, I forgot. Yeah, this could take a bit. All around, I found Akira to be... Yeah, I've just got myself into a corner. Well, anyway, what I am going to say is, like, the film is definitely a good transition from the comic. Now, if you watch the comic and you've read the manga, you know the big changes. And I think that's one of the advantages of why Otomo was the director. Because he's the one who wrote the damn thing, and he manages to write around all the stuff. Get the creator to do it. That's one of the things I really think is good about independent films. But Otomo did a fantastic job. One of the other things I really liked about the film is the soundtrack. Now, since the comic had a really good mood, I didn't know what to think for the soundtrack. But the film has its soundtrack, and if you watch the film, you will want all of that music on your iPod. I mean, seriously, that music is possibly the most epic stuff I have heard in a long while. And I highly recommend that you look for it and put it on an MP3 player. This is a bit of a short review, and I'm a bit out of ideas to what I should put down as why I liked it, but I think I've left enough. Like, characters, soundtrack, story. One of the things I really... animation. And there's a lot of side characters that aren't developed enough, and they have sometimes they can have little reason, but there's so many subplots and stuff that connects with the main plot, and they were... But I really thought Akira managed to get the formula right. It's one of those really films that you don't see often, and there's not much hype, and you don't hear about them, but when you watch it, you're really satisfied, and you're glad that you did. So my thoughts on Akira? It's one of my all-time favorite films, and my rating, 8 out of 10. A very good film, highly recommended, and you can find it on YouTube and stuff, but if you can find it anywhere else, I highly recommend that you watch it. It's a film that you should definitely watch. So yeah, that's my first review of a different film that's not just been recently released. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed the review, and there might be more of these coming. I hope, and next I'll be reviewing Transformer 3: Dark of the Moon. Stay tuned, and see you in the movies!